Howdy. Welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. Today, the plan is actually to try and get some decent amount of work done on a small grid ship that will hopefully get us into space. Now that we've got all of the resources all figured out and we know what we want to do there, it should be quite a bit easier. So, we're going to be taking advantage of a mod called AQD Small Grid Expansion. And it's a really nice little mod that actually allows for us to add things like the basic refinery, small assembler, basic assembler, small refinery, got that backwards, and gravity and a few other things to a small grid ship. Nothing but the basics, nothing too advanced, nothing too game breaking. Rather like it. Probably gonna have like a galley, an engineering room, basically all of the basics to be a mobile base built out of small grid so that we can get to space and get started. I can't guarantee that we'll stay in space at first, but it'll at least be a good place to start. So, let's head out and see if we can get some of that done. Oh, before I do that, if y'all wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps. Doesn't cost you much, just a couple of seconds, and I will be grateful. All right, so let's get started. Probably should have grabbed some resources. Oh, wrong one. Let's find one that is part of this grid. Throw some of that back. Grab out a few of those. And throw some of those back. Throw back those. And some girders. I think that covers just about everything that we need to get started. Now, my plan is to keep this semi-symmetrical. A nice kind of symmetrical design. My hope is that we won't come out past, where it would interfere with the other ship's docking area. I don't see that as a problem necessarily, but we'll find out. Now, this is just going to be protruding from the bottom of the ship because we need to have something. So we're going to pull these out and we're going to build a floor here. It's going to take a few minutes, so I'm probably going to time lapse this, getting a floor in. So enjoy the time lapse. Alright, we're back. And as you can tell, I'm sure you saw that I was painting things. And I missed and got the base a little bit, but let's just fix that real quick. This, and there we go. And we'll go back to this and clean. There. Now this is just a starting platform, something to start building off of. Now, I don't have much of a plan for this build per se. What I can tell you is that I do want a large cargo container here, and that's where the ship's inventory is mainly going to come from. And then the rest is one large cargo container, and then a few hydrogen tanks, an assembler, and a refinery. Basically all of the things, all of the equipment that I'm going to have in here. Okay. Yeah, like I said, a large cargo container here. And it needs to be connected down. I'm not sure if it needs to be connected back or not. I do know it needs to be connected down, and how wide do I want to make this? No, this is wrong.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yes, inventory's full. Hush, Karen. Alright. Go here, and we are going to actually put this way. And we are going to place we want a basic assembler on here. We're going to want one of those. And we want a basic refinery on here. Okay. That only has the small ports. Okay. And we want some hydrogen tanks. Thought I had tanks in here. Thought I had tanks on the bar. I do. There. Large hydrogen tanks. We're also going to want some oxygen tanks on here, but for now we'll go with these. I think 2. You know what? Let's do 3 because we know how hydrogen storage is. You can never have too much of it. Matter of fact, Alright, so now I'm starting to think that perhaps I may have started this wrong. Because I need to get the basic assembler on here, a few bob units, so I think my initial placement of the large cargo container is actually the orientation I want to go with, so these all have to get torn down and started over. Let's come here and we will grab all the components for that. Okay, so we put this way. We can actually put one on the sides facing, each facing this way. No, I don't want to put them both facing that way.
Inventory
Yes, I know.
full.
I don't care, Karen.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use these here. And we're going to put these like so. That will allow me to expand that. Alright. And we're going to want some bob units on here anyways. Where are my bobs at? Oh, there they are. And these will bring this out to be in line with. So 4 bob units will actually work as spacers for the large conveyor. And I'm happy with that. And the basic refinery will actually have a nice place to live now too. And so will the basic assembler. 8. I'm thinking that the basic assembler can just be placed right here. Yes, right here. And the basic refinery, we'll just place that right here on the ground. Well, let's go in here. We got to clear off our bar. Okay, let's try this again. And okay. Do I want to place that on the ground? I kind of want to leave access to the cargo container here. Decisions. Let's see. Alright, let's go back to this here. Okay. Kind of want to put this on the ground level right here. That will block our cargo access. So, right here, I think? That will not be enough space, so it won't let us spawn there. Okay. Turn the lights on. Alright, so what I'm kind of thinking is right here, I want this to kind of be the engineering room. And this should be enough space. Get that all built up. Alright. I'm going to do something that is kind of silly. First come in here to this inventory. And I'm just going to deposit everything in this inventory. Alright. And I'm going to die just to test this location. It should spawn me at the nearest one, which would be this one. Ooh, yeah, see, now that's not good. It popped me out over here, which tells me there's not enough space in front of this. Okay. So we're just going to leave everything in there. And we are going to do this. We're going to tear this down. Which means that my initial thought was correct. I need to actually widen that up a bit. Which I'm not happy about, to be honest. I don't really want to widen that up. And I got to turn off Bob because I have to control what's being built. Alright. What now? Cargo containers. Let's try that. No. No, those just don't look right. Huh. Maybe Bob's. Do I like that? No. Alright. I'm going to go away. I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to see. I'm going to look through these different options and see what I can do. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so I'm back, and here's basically what I figured out. I need this much space to be able to actually respawn, which is substantially larger than you might think. So one block wider than, so right in front of the keyboard we need 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need at least a 5 by 7. I'm going to maintain the 5 by 8. So we need a 5 by 8 area to spawn in front of this thing. So here's the layout we've got going. I'm going to time lapse the build and repair units building this up, and then we will go through that. Alright, now that this is built up, we can see what's here. We've got the refinery here. This is going to be the engineering room. Not a lot of space. Doesn't need to be a lot of space. But it's got the survival kit, so it's also going to be the med bay. We've got the basic assembler. We've got the basic refinery. We have access to the cargo. That must have been an unknown signal blowing up. At least I hope it was. And we've got the med kit. We've also got one build and repair unit, because I don't have a second one in here yet. Because of the spacing I needed here, this is where this wound up being at. Which, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly pleased with. But it is what it is. It's just gonna be that. Actually, I think what's gonna happen is I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna move all of that out one block. Yes. I'm going to tear all of that down and move it out one block, putting a build and repair unit right there. Don't screw up your build right from the start. It's painful. So, we'll be right back after I get this all replaced. We're back, and you can see we now have 2 build and repair units, and everything is shoved back one block. I also added this in here too, a little bit of finishing touches there, just to get the conveyors finished up. And I was looking at adding this here, which I think I'm going to actually do. I think this will be a good spot for this cryopod to sit at. So, alright, so that's going to be that room. And I use that term very loosely. Well, actually, not so loosely. I'm probably going to shut that off and give it its own wall. Let's see. First come in here and we will add... And I'm actually going to use these conveyor blocks here more often than not for just about everything, if for no other reason than they are all airtight. I do have to say I love this T-junction because that allows me to continue this forward with an airtight conveyor. And this is all going to get shut off here, even though the wall is actually going to have to be placed after it. Actually don't need here.
Energy low.
Basically, I just want to ensure that this room, once it's put together, will actually be airtight. So we are going to add some blocks to make sure that happens. This one in particular, we're just actually going to add these blocks here like so to kind of finish up the line of that basic assembler there. And I'm kind of thinking we might do this here. We may actually bring this out to here. Bring that straight across. I don't know. I'm not sure because I'm going to want some computers in here. And I don't know where I want to have them. I do kind of like the idea of having this like so, though, so it kind of looks like an undercut there underneath. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. Kind of looks like that's a shelf built into the wall. I'm happy with that. Alright, so yeah, this looks good. I'm about as pleased as I'm going to be with this, and we've got the pipes coming out so that we'll be able to finish up the piping into the rest of the ship. This is good. I'm happy with this. And just grab a whole bunch of plates. And that is right across that same line, so that actually works out really good. Alright, now let's see what kind of door we want. We have a couple of options here. We can go with that standard door. We can go with the sliding door. That's it. That's our two options. Let me turn off the overlays here. You know, I think I kind of like this. I think I kind of like it coming in at an angle like that, or off to the side like that. I think that'll work better for what I have planned here, which is the bedroom area. Yeah, we'll go with that. That'll shut that off nicely. And we're gonna get rid of this here. And we're gonna use, where is it? I think I have it on the bar here. We want the conveyor vent. Thought I had it on the bar. We do. 5. The conveyor vent is added by another mod, and I love this block. It is a junction block with one conveyor face. The large grid version is exactly the same thing. The junction block with one conveyor face. So I think we're going to put that right there, and that will control the oxygen for this room.
Energy critical.
Okay. Energy. Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that'll be nice. Alright. Now we're just going to figure out what we want to do for the bed area over here. I'm actually not sure if I want to make this the bedroom or the galley. I'm kind of thinking galley slash lounge here, but I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to actually hold off. Because what I'm thinking is, back in this direction, I want to get the hydrogen tanks and the nacelles. Because what I'm kind of thinking is, we're going to utilize these. So I'm thinking that we're going to put side thrust, up and down thrust on a series of these. I don't know though. Maybe not. I have tried several different situations, and I just can't figure out what I want to do with this. I've tried different configurations with hydrogen tanks. I've tried different configurations with oxygen tanks and O2 generators. I'm hitting a wall. I can't figure it out, and I think we're pretty much at our time limit anyways. So I'm going to go away, try to figure out what I want to do with the back of this thing. And I will show you what I figure out when we come back in the next episode. So 1 week from now, come back here. You'll see what the back of this looks like, and we will continue with this build. I'm hoping that when we come back, we'll figure out, on top of having all that figured out, we will then start to figure out how we're going to do the propulsion on this. Because I want to get that figured out before I fill in the rest of the ship, because that's going to determine where we put the exterior entrance and exit doors, where we put the landing gear, how far forward on the nose the cockpit needs to be, you know, a whole plethora of things. So we'll figure that out when we come back, and hopefully we'll make more progress next time. Until then, thank you for joining me. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you next time with more Space Engineers. Have a great day.